All right, so it's actually working way better than I expected. It's like when I look at the phone, it's just shaking all over the place, but somehow the iPhone's doing its thing. It's just cancelling out all of that. It has its own image stabilization feature going for it, so that's good. That's good. That saves me a lot of headache. Okay, so that settles it, I guess. The only question now is coming up with something to talk about. That's going to be interesting. Actually, I don't know if I have anything to talk about today. I guess maybe plans for the future. Right now I'm trying to see if I can get Kaizen up and running. It's lessons. Okay, let's do this. First off, things I've learned. Kind of starting this agency thing. It's been 2 months, and probably what I can come away with this video is going over the lessons I've learned, the things I want to change, and how I can try to make things better. So we've had this going for 2 months now, and over these 2 months we've created some systems for lead generation, content creation, and all sorts of stuff. We've created a few different interesting products, but the problem with how we went about doing it is we tried to sell these products. We tried to get customers as soon as we could. It's not really a bad thing, it's just that the system was not really that set up. I wasn't really confident with selling systems, so much so that we didn't even have a selling system in the first place. All we had was the product that would find leads and generate stuff and generate content and put stuff on there. So all I was selling was the end result. I was just making the systems, running it, selling them the end result, and in retrospect, it wasn't even selling anything. The customers that we actually had would, I guess, like tests. In all honesty, for the lack of a better word, they were simply just tests. And there was no sales system. There was no anything to back up the entire business aspect of this. Our website, we used Go High Level, and as it's been up for like 2 months now, what I've come to realize is we don't need Go High Level. We don't need it, in the sense that sure, maybe at some point in time we might need all of its capabilities, but right now all we need is a platform where people can just come by, see what we offer, and of course more of this content in video format for people. One of the things I want to do this coming week actually, is create tutorials and guides for the automation systems that we make, and that way that's some free material that will be accessible to everyone who would be interested in, I guess, trusting us to handle their operations for them. And they could probably go away with making what we offer as well. It doesn't matter, because what I've also now that I'm speaking about it, an important thing that I'm coming to realize is it's not the product that we sell that's special, it's the service that we offer with the product that has to stand out. Because no-code solutions, when it comes to AI automations, is not something that's very complicated. Somebody can sit down, take a look at some tutorials, and figure out how to do it, how to work it at least. That's not that difficult for most people. It's not that difficult. If they really wanted to implement AI systems, and if they had the time on their end, it would probably take them a couple of weeks at most to go through some YouTube videos to see which no-code solution out there is going to fit them, and then experiment with it and get it running. They'll probably have some costs in trial and error, but then that's probably all they would really need if they were going to do that. And I think us trying to sell those systems is going to shoot ourselves in the foot, because anyone can do that. So what we need to be able to understand and perfect, and what we really need to sell, is the ability to make them efficient. The custom-made solution, of course, instead of them having to take a couple of weeks to figure out something and lopsidedly put something together and find people and ways to kind of put that to work together, that we can solve. So what we need is a proper system. What I need to work on, and what Kaizen needs to be able to sell, is not the solution itself, is not the software, is not the it's not the system, it's not the automation itself, it's not the thing that generates the leads. It's the ability to find exactly what this customer needs. So for that, I need to refresh my project management skills and project management practices to be able to kind of understand where in the operations do they need automations, where would they best implement AI for those automations, AI bots, agents, where they would rather just let a person take care of it, and where they would benefit a lot from having AI take care of it. That bit of thinking, that bit of critical thinking needs to come as a part of the package, as a part of the service. That is important. That is what we need to sell. That is what we really need to sell. Bundled in it is the software, bundled in it is the system, but that critical thinking aspect needs to come into play when we sell our product. And the other thing I think is going to be very useful and very important is the system that runs it all. Right now, as shameful as it feels for me to admit it, we don't really have a system to sell, to find customers, to put them through a funnel, to incentivize them to be like, hey, this is what we can do, this is what we can do for you, this is what we can continue to do for you, and this is what we can do better. We don't have a system for that. We don't have a system. We don't have anything to go as a foundation to be able to get this up and running, to make this successful. We have none of that. So that's what I need to focus on. And because of that, it's a conclusion that I've come to these last few days. It's something that's been bugging me for the last 2 weeks, and I decided to just stop working with the customers that we're working with right now with regards to lead generation, because I feel like right now, in all honesty, what I feel like is that we are wasting their time. We are not ready for that. We are not ready for that. So the things we need to implement should be a system to run the damn business instead of just providing the solutions to them, if that makes sense. We're just providing the end result, and I do not like that. I do not like that. It's not scalable, it's not feasible, and I do not like that. It's not what I envision Kaizen to be. It's not what I envision Kaizen to be, and I do not like that. So we need a system, and then we need a we need a system, and that system needs to be management focused, where we tailor make a management system that is automated whilst using AI in a way that it kind of lessens the burden on our customers when they need to use it. So my goal my goal in running this AI automation business is that it should be one that is automated in itself. What good is a AI automations business if it cannot have AI automations within itself, right? It sounds so ridiculous, right? So that's where I want to focus my attention on right now, making a system that serves as a project management implementation, and along with all the tools that would be required. So I'm pretty much selling a module that has the brains and that has the tools to take care of a specific task for this business. That is what I am selling. That is what I need to be selling. And I need to do that in a way that can be monetized monthly or even as its own standalone product. So that's, I guess, my little rant about how I want Kaizen to be. It's going to take a while. It's definitely going to take a while. It's going to be like, I don't know. I want to hope that I can get all of that done within a few weeks, but yeah, I'm just going to halt the outreaching. I'm going to halt all outreaching until I have a good front end and back end, pretty much. And I also am going to, of course, make them as automated as they can be. So it's, as an AI, as I mentioned before, as an AI automations company, you really want your processes to be as automated as possible, because if not, it's like, I don't know, it feels backwards. It feels backwards. You have an AI automation system and everything that you do is manual. Like, how stupid is that? How stupid is that? Right? So, it's a simple philosophy to understand. It's just like how someone would take themselves back, work on themselves, and then put themselves forward. I'm going to take this business back, work on it, and then put it forward. So all of the outreach is going to be cancelled for now, for the next few weeks. We're going to of course work on the website, get that up and running, get that ready, get some long form video content in regards to tutorials ready for the product itself, and then also make some videos on the methods that we implement to make AI automations a core part of Kaizen's business operations. Because if I can do that, then I can sell it with more confidence, because it's like, hey, we use these ourselves. We use these systems ourselves. We use these techniques to create these systems ourselves. And you're here eager to buy from me. It's working. So it's pretty much experiment on myself, experiment on Kaizen, and then send it out. That's what I want to do. At this point, I do not want to try to outreach when I don't have something convincing and valuable to give. It feels very bitter. It feels very bitter. It leaves a very sour taste in my mouth. I guess it feels bitter too. Sour, bitter, tomato, I don't know. Yeah, of course they're different, but that's beside the point. So yeah, that's what I have planned, and I just hope I can get that to work. hope I can get that to work. If you listened all this way, man, I can't wait to show you what I have in store.